So let's lie down on your mat. Close your eyes for a moment. Put your left palm on your navel and start to feel your belly breath. Close your eyes and just bring your attention to your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do one more deep breath. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Let's activate your legs. So you're pushing the calves to the floor. Make sure the feet are parallel to each other and the toes are pointing toward the ceiling. Then let's reach both arms toward the ceiling. The palms are facing each other. Let's interlace your fingers. Turn your palms facing the ceiling. And then very gently start to lower your arms all the way above your head. Breathe in and breathe out. So let's elongate the upper body. Imagine that someone is pulling your hands toward the back of the room. And then very gently bring your hands back to the center. You're unraveling your hands, your fingers, and again, keep your arms extended toward the ceiling. And then from here, very gently bend your right knee, bring it into your chest. Now bend your left knee and bring it into your chest. And then make your legs, bend your knees in a perpendicular way, as if you're in a tabletop, but a reverse tabletop. So you can see me also here. Great. So very gently, you're gonna straighten the left leg, lower the left leg all the way, bring it and hover it above the ground, bring it back to its original location. So again, one more time. You're gonna do it with the right side. Lower the leg, straighten the leg, and hover it above the ground, bring it back to its original place. Now let's do the left side. And bring it back. Let's do the right. Bring it back. Let's switch to the left. Bring it back to its own place. One more time, let's switch to the right. Bring it back to its own place. One more, again, set of left and right. So let's do the left. Bring it back to its own place. And the last one, the right side. Bring it back to its own place. So for a moment, just hug the knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the knees. You can sway yourself to the right and left. And let's back to the reverse tabletop. Again, extend your arms toward the ceiling. Bring your legs back to the tabletop position. And then we're going to do 5 more of lowering the legs in the same shape that they have. So you're not straightening the legs. You're lowering the feet and just hover it above the ground. Bring it back up. Only 5 of these. So let's do the 4th one. Lower the feet, hover it a few inches above the ground, bring it back up. So we're working on the lower abdomen, the ab part. 3. Let's lower it, bring it back up. And at the same time, you're pressing your lower back to the floor. So number 4, bring it back up. And the 5th one, which is the last one, and bring it back up. Stay here for another breath. And then now hug the knees into your chest one more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's do a rocking movement to the front and back. We're going to do 5 or 6 rounds of these rocking movements, and we're going to come to the seated position. So you're rocking yourself to the front and back. And eventually you're going to come to the seated position. Just sit comfortably. Maybe crossed leg. Now reach. So place your left hand on your right kneecap, and you're going to twist to the right. Place your right hand behind yourself. So keeping your chest open to your right side. So we are not mirrored, so I will walk you through your side. Breathe in and breathe out. Gently come back to the center. Now place your right hand on the left kneecap and twist to the left. Place your left hand behind yourself. Again, elongate the upper body. We are trying to keep the back flat. Preferably the chin is sharp. You want to keep the chin parallel to the floor. Breathe in and breathe out. And then come back to the center. Let's interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. Then straighten the arms, open the chest to the front. Inhale. And with exhale, let it go. And one more time, reach both arms toward the ceiling. So with your right hand, you're going to grab your left wrist and lean to your right side. So again, we are not mirroring, so don't get confused by my side. Yeah, great. Great. Left body stretch. And then coming back to the center, let's switch the hands. And you're going to lean to your left side. Breathe in and breathe out. Come back to the center. Now from here, let's transition to the tabletop. So you're coming to your hands and knees. Let's open the chest to the front. Take a breath. This is cow, collarbone wide. With the exhale, you're coiling your back, coming to cat. Again, inhale, open the chest to the front, cow, and exhale, coming to cat. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. And again, one more time, inhale, and exhale. And then from here, let's move your hips in a circular movement. You can see me, so I'm leaning backward, doing a full circle, and again, coming to the front. So you're moving your booty in a circular movement. This is a great one, especially for waking the body, waking up the body in the morning, or if you have been sitting for long hours. So this is a great one to practice. Let's do the reverse. Whichever side you were moving, now let's do the reverse circular movement. Breathe in and breathe out. And then you come to the neutral position. Let's place your right hand at the back of your head. So you're keeping your left hand on the floor and placing your right hand at the back of your head. So we're going to twist to the right, opening your torso a little bit to the side, as you can see me. Inhale, With the exhale, bring the elbow, your right elbow to the other elbow, basically. Again, one more time. Inhale, twist, and exhale. Inhale, twist to the right, and exhale. One more time. Inhale, and exhale. The last one, inhale, and exhale. Now let's switch the hands. This is a great pose, especially for the neck, shoulders, as well as the twist on the rib cages, all of the torso area. Place your left hand on the back of your head. So you're gonna open the chest, you're gonna twist to the left, take a breath, inhale. With the exhale, bring your elbow all the way to the other side. Again, inhale, you're gonna twist to the left. With the exhale, you're coming, crunching. One more time, inhale, and exhale. Again, inhale, and exhale. The last one, inhale, and exhale. Now, put both hands on the floor. So let's coil your toes under. And we're gonna push the hips and the thighs to the back of the room, coming to downward facing dog. So this is the first down dog, and start to pedal your feet one at a time, giving a good stretch to the back of the legs, the hamstrings, and be aware of your breath at the same time. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently walk your hands toward your feet. So when you get to the feet, just pause. This is called Uttanasana. Release the head and the neck. Stay here. Just let the stretch happen on the back of the legs. Breathe in and breathe out. And then root down through the feet. And you're going to come all the way up to the standing position. At the same time, reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take a breath. With the exhale, bring your hands to your heart, back to the mountain pose or Tadasana. Great job. So let's stand at the top of your mat. We're going to do a couple of vinyasa flows together. Let's reach both from Tadasana. Let's reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take a breath. Touch palms, gaze up. With the exhale, fold forward, coming to Uttanasana. Let's take a breath. Lift your chest halfway, hands on the shins. Ardha Uttanasana. With the exhale, fold forward again to Uttanasana. Bend your knees a little bit. You're gonna place your hands on the floor, and you're gonna step one foot at a time back to the plank position. And from here, push back to downward facing dog. Now let's come back to the plank position. Take your breath here, inhale. With exhale, you're pushing back again to downward facing dog. We're gonna do this 2 more times. Come back to the plank position, inhale. And then with the exhale, you're gonna push back to downward facing dog. The last one, come back to the plank position, inhale. And with the exhale, push back to downward facing dog. And now come back to the plank position. Put your knees down and very gently come all the way down on your bellies on your mat. And place your forehead on the floor. Let's interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. Straighten your arms, open the chest, lift the chest. And now when you're ready, you're going to lift your legs as well. This is a variation of Shavasana. Breathe in and breathe out. Now lower yourself. And now let's do a cobra pose together. So bring your hands next to your rib cage. We're going to only lift the chest, the cobra. And now lift your hands by 1 inch off the ground as well. So we want to see that if you're really using your core. Now place your hands on the floor. Lower your forehead. Point your toes under. I mean, it's up to you. You can either come directly to the plank, or you can actually use your knees first and then come to the plank position. And then from here, push back to downward facing dog. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. You're pressing your palms firmly to the floor, keeping your forearms, the upper arms engaged, pulling the belly in, pressing the upper thighs to the back of the room. One last deep breath. And now lift your left leg to the hip height. Bend your knee, shift forward, and step between your hands. So what I want from you is that we're going to come up, but I don't want you to put the back heel on the floor. So I want you to keep the heel off the floor. You're coming to the crescent pose. So only the back toes are on the floor. As you can see, yes. And the hip is square to the front. For a moment, reach both arms toward the ceiling. Let's give that external rotation to the arms. So the inner arms are rotating toward the back of the room. Now place your hands at your waist. So we're going to do this together. You can see me also. So I'm going to bend my back knee a little bit and then straighten. So again, bend and straighten. Again, you're going to bend your back knee and straighten. This is a great one for the hip flexor. One more time, bend and straighten. And then reach both arms one more time toward the ceiling. Now bring your hands to your heart, like a prayer position. Then as you can see me, I'm leaning forward, and then I'm going to twist to the left. Place my right hand on the left quad. So twisting to this is forward twist. It's one of the deep twists, but we're going to stay here for 2 deep breaths. Great job by all of you. Last breath. And then very gently place your hands on the floor. Coming to the center, place your hands on the floor. Push back to the plank position. And we're going to come all the way down on our bellies on our mat one more time. So place your hands next to your rib cage. We're going to start with a cobra pose, but we're going to go all the way to the up dog and then transition to the down dog. So your hands are, palms are next to the rib cages. Your elbows are hugging the torso, so they're not wide open. Let's take a breath, lift your chest, coming to cobra. Then straighten your arms all the way up, coming to the up dog. So your kneecaps, everything is getting off the ground. And then with the exhale, you're coiling your toes under. Push the hips and the thighs to the back of the room, coming to downward facing dog. Stay here for 2 to 3 deep breaths. Take a deep breath, open your mouth, let it go. And then when you're ready, lift your right leg to the hip height. Bend your knee, shift forward to the plank, and step between your hands. Again, we're going to come up to the crescent pose. So you're not putting your back heel down, only the toes are on the floor. Great job. Now, for a moment, just reach both arms toward the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Now place your hands at your waist. Bend your back knee a little bit, and then straighten. One more time, bend, and straighten. Again, bend a little bit, straighten. Two more times, bend, straighten, and last one, bend, and straighten. Great. Now reach both arms toward the ceiling one more time. Take a breath. With the exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and we're gonna lean forward. You're gonna twist to the right side, place your left elbow on your right quadricep. Great job. So stay here, you can use the levers of your hand to keep your twist stronger and even go deeper. One more deep breath. Come back to the center, place your hands on the floor, and you're gonna push back to the plank position, and then gently come all the way down again on your mat. We're gonna do one more vinyasa, which is going to be the up dog and down dog. So place your hands next to your rib cage. Let's start with lifting the chest, coming to the cobra pose. We're gonna lift the chest, come to cobra, straighten the arms all the way. Lift the hips, lift the kneecaps off the ground. And with the exhale, you're coiling your toes. Push the hips and the thighs to the back of the room, downward facing dog. Again, let's take a deep breath, open your mouth, let it go. And then very gently gaze between your hands, bend your knees a little bit. You're gonna step forward, coming to Uttanasana. Very gently, you're going to push to the four corners of the feet and come all the way to the standing position. Reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take a breath. With the exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Back to the mountain pose. So from where we are, again at the top of the mat, we are in Tadasana. Let's place your hands at your waist. And you're going to step your right foot back. Coming to warrior one. This time, so again, the heel is on the floor, but we are trying to keep the hips square to the front of the room. When you're ready, you're going to reach both arms toward the ceiling. Another thing is that it's important to keep your knee, your front knee, above the front heel. So if it's not there, you're going to bend your front knee a little bit further. Great. Stay for another deep breath. Now let's interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. Straighten the arms, open the chest to the front. And with the exhale, we're folding forward, coming to humble warrior. So lowering the head and the neck. Basically the upper body. Humble warrior, so stay here for another breath. Keep your legs strong, the front leg as well as the back leg. And then push to the front leg, come all the way up to the standing position. And then from here, again, reach both arms toward the ceiling one more time. And let's transition to warrior two. So as you can see me, I'm gonna open my hip a little bit to the side of the room, to your right side, and opening my arms, one to the front and one to the back. So we're transitioning from warrior one to warrior two. Let's do a few floating together. Let's reach both arms toward the ceiling, straighten the front leg, inhale. With the exhale, we're gonna sit back to warrior two. One more time, inhale, go up, straighten, and exhale. And again, inhale, and exhale. The last one, inhale, and exhale. Let's take one reverse warrior, lean backward, reach the upper arm, the front arm all the way toward the back of the room. And coming back to warrior two. Let's straighten the front leg. And we're gonna go to triangle pose. Hinging from the hip, as you can see me, we're gonna break from the hip and then place your hand on your left shin. Reach the right arm all the way toward the ceiling. So my recommendation here is that don't go too deep down because we want to keep both sides of the waist preferably equal. So if you are even further up, it's more accurate, and you can also, hug the left glute and bring it underneath your body. So let's place the upper arm alongside of your ear. Last deep breath. Then very gently come back to the standing position. And then you're going to bend your front knee, come back to warrior two. And then from where you are, let's transition. Place your hands on at your waist. Transition to the sides of your mat. So you can see me, I'm coming to the sides. The feet are parallel to each other. Great job. Let's reach both arms toward the ceiling. Elongate the upper body, the spine. Take a breath. With the exhale, you're folding forward. Placing your hands on the floor, anywhere it gets. And then let's turn your hands that your fingers are pointing toward the back of the room. Instead of the front, the fingers are pointing toward the back. And let's walk your hands inside and see how deep you can go. So you're walking your hands inside your legs on the floor. Great job. So release the head and the neck. Let go of any control on your neck and the head. And then very gently, you're going to walk your hands back. And then place your hands at your waist. Push to the feet and come all the way up to the standing position. Great. And then from here, let's turn your right foot outward. Basically, you're coming to warrior two on the other side. Great. Let's reach both arms toward the ceiling. Before we actually do the warrior two, I reminded that we have to do warrior one. So let's place your hands at your waist. You're going to step forward to the top of your mat. So if you want to move your legs, just do it. A little bit of relaxation on both sides of the legs. Now reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take a breath. With the exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Back to the mountain pose. And then place your hands at your waist. Step your left foot back. You're coming to warrior one first. So keeping the hips square to the front. And reach both arms toward the ceiling. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's interlace your fingers behind your tailbone. Straighten your arms. Inhale. And with exhale, you're folding forward, coming to humble warrior. Lowering the head and the neck and the torso. Stay here. Breathe in and breathe out. So the back leg is as engaged as the front leg. Last breath. Come all the way up to the standing. One more time, reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take another deep breath here. And with the exhale, you're opening your hip to the side, coming to warrior two. Transitioning to warrior two. So your right arm exactly pointing to the front and the left is pointing to the back of the room. Now let's do the floating together. Reach both arms toward the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the front leg. With the exhale, you're gonna sit back again to warrior two. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. The last one, inhale, coming all the way up, and exhale, you're gonna sit back. Let's take a reverse warrior, lean backward, reach the right arm all the way toward the back of the room. And with the exhale, you're coming back to warrior two. Let's go to triangle pose. So straighten the front leg, hinging from the hip, placing your hand on your shin. And again, here I want to remind you, and first of all, before I actually say what I wanted to say, extend your left arm toward the ceiling. So I want to remind you to have your weight on the ball mount of the front foot. You don't want it to be on the heel, preferably on the ball. And also, for some of you, which I see a lot of bend in the front knee, I recommend to come a little bit further up. Yes, so you're keeping your body more aligned. And now let's place the upper arm alongside of your ear. Breathe in and breathe out. And then very gently, you're gonna come all the way to the standing. Then bend your front knee, back to warrior two. So we're gonna do one more vinyasa. So let's windmill both hands on the floor. And then from here, you're gonna push the front leg back to the flying position. And then we're gonna do a different style. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna come halfway down. You can see, only half. Point your toes, open the chest to the front of the room, straighten the arms, inhale. And with the exhale, coil your toes under, push the hips and the thighs to the back of the room, downward facing dog. When you get here, take a deep breath, open your mouth, let it go. Breathe in and breathe out. At the end of the last breath, just put the knees down. You're coming to the tabletop and open the knees wider than your hips. And very gently sit back all the way to the child pose. Placing your forehead on the floor, extend your arms to the front of the room. Getting to the child pose, breathe in and breathe out. Just feel the stretch happening around your hips, your groins. And at the same time, this is a great relaxation after hard work. And then very gently walk your hands back. You're coming to the seated position. Let's come to the seated. Sit on your mat. Bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. First, sit long. You want to elongate the torso. Keep your back flat if possible. So for another 2 breaths, just sit long while you're here. And then, if you want, this is optional, you can walk your hands to the front of the room. It's okay if you're coiling your back and moving a little bit leaning forward, as it gives more stretch to the inner thighs. Again, you're gonna go as much as you can. No need to push too hard. Stay here, breathe in and breathe out. And then very gently walk your hands back. Let's straighten your left leg. Actually, no, let's straighten both legs. We're gonna do staff pose or Dandasana. Reach both arms toward the ceiling. Take a breath. And with the exhale, you're gonna fold forward. Again, either you're gonna grab the toes or the ankles, or even if you have a strap, you can use a strap. I think if for the ones who are not getting to the toes, it's definitely a good idea to get a yoga strap. I have it also here. It's a very good tool to do many poses in yoga. Stay here for another 2 deep breaths. And then very gently release, let it go. Let's lie down on your mat. Let's hug the knees into your chest. And now let's wrap your left leg on top of the right leg. So as you can see me. And then very gently, you're gonna lower the knees all the way to your right side as you're extending your left arm to the left side of you. So this is one of the reclining twists, and it's a great pose at the end of the class. Breathing and one last deep breath. And then very gently bring the knees back to the center. And let's switch the legs. So you're wrapping the right leg on top of the left. And very gently lower the knees all the way to the left side as you're opening your right hand to the right side of you. Breathe in and breathe out. Preferably keep the both sides of the shoulders on the floor. And see the movement, just observe any movement, any sensation you have in any part of your body. Again, although we are not moving, but there are things moving in the inner world, in our body. And then come back to the center. Let's do the happy baby. You're going to grab the soles of the feet or the ankles, and the soles are facing the ceiling. Again, you can sway yourself a little bit to the right and left. This is the last stretch before we go to Shavasana. So now let's unravel yourself on your mat. We have a very short, basically, time for Shavasana. Just relax your shoulders on your mat. Relax your jaw. And we want to use this time to reset and refresh the nervous system. And practice mindfulness. So stay present with your body. Feel your weight on the floor. And imagine that with every breath, you're getting deeper and deeper into yourself and you're sinking into the ground. Stay here and I will call you back. And very gently start to deepen your breath. Move your toes, move your fingers. Let's take a deep breath. Open your mouth, let it go. And then very gently bend your knees. Roll yourself to the right side like a fetal position. And then from there, transition to the seated position on your mat. Keep your eyes closed. Sit comfortably. Bring your hands to your heart like a prayer position. Let's show our gratitude to the universe for all the blessings that we were given, for the opportunity to grow every day and to learn and to be able to share it with others. Let's take a deep breath. And with the exhale, imagine that you're sharing your blessings with everyone on the planet Earth. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.